another day. It's your boy, the Curtis York, and it's going down in Yorktown, baby. Back again with another video, man. Actually on the way home, just dropped Koi off and at his spot. So we just chilling. My boy in the back is about halfway asleep, so it's just me. And yeah, man, it's been a great week. I actually have a vlog that I'm going to be uploading. I'm currently, well, not currently, obviously, I'm driving, but I am in the process of editing that. So I can't wait to get it out. I'll probably put it out today, to be honest. It's been a month, over a month since I dropped the vlog. So we got that coming up. This week we got some new shoots for some new content that's coming up. The interviews, I'm super excited about those that I'm going to be dropping off on y'all boys. So, whoa, no Diddy. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Your boy has lost a couple of subscribers, which is understandable because I have fell off with my posting. But with the new schedule that I had going on and just trying to get an understanding of how that works, and honestly, I needed a little break. Excuse me. I needed a little break, man. I was just going and going and going. You know, we did the live until 500, and then immediately after that, we picked up with the vlogs, and you know, I just needed a break. And we've been running since October, very heavy. And then prior to October, we were still recording the vlog. So, yeah, man, I just needed a little break. And obviously, I'm not at the point where I could just be taking extreme breaks like that. So, if people unsubscribed, I get it. I understand. It's one of those things. But we're back. We're going to be consistent, ramp it up again. So, shout out to everybody that is still rocking with the boy over in Yorktown. I appreciate all of you forever, always, always, always. I'm so glad that you choose to come over here and watch me and my big old head kids and my wife, and just how we out here moving and doing things. And super excited. So, keep on rocking with your boy. I'm of course, keep on rocking with y'all, and make sure that we feed the streets and give y'all the content that y'all come here to see. Just fatherhood stuff and family stuff, and we got the interviews popping off. So community building stuff and the whole nine. Career oriented information, because a lot of people don't like to share game as far as how to make it in this career world, and just dealing with those types of things. Obviously, your boy has made his bumps and bruises. I've got it right, I've got it wrong. So there's a lot that I can definitely share to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes that I made in the career world. So that's what we focus on over here. Kids, family, you know, making sure that we make the right moves in the career field, things of that nature, because people don't like to talk about that. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber and not have a 9 to 5, or, you know, they just want to live in. That ain't everybody's circumstances. Sometimes you gotta clock in and go to work. Sometimes you gotta work 2, 3 jobs, you know what I'm saying, just to make sure that everybody's straight, especially in this economy right now, you know. So that's what we talk about, man. Just taking care of the kids, loving the family, man, and just all that good stuff. And mental health. Mental health is a big one. You know, a lot of y'all, and once again, shout out to Yorktown, man, because when my mental health wasn't in pristine shape and I was going through it, Yorktown was there for me, man. So shout out to everybody, bro, because I'm telling you, like, it was some days where I just really wasn't feeling it. I'll hop on a live real quick and chop it up with my people, and I feel better. Or, you know, I didn't really have anything to do. I edit a video and record. Excuse me. And then I feel better. So, you know, that's the other thing about vlogging and talking to the people and streaming, man. It really is therapeutic. Like, I cannot express enough how much y'all have really helped your boy through certain circumstances and situations. And there's a lot of stuff that I still haven't even disclosed yet that, you know, once we get a little further out of the hole, I'll talk about it. But as far as right now, you know, I'm not hiding it per se. You know, I'm not sugarcoating anything, and you know, none of us about to go to jail or anything like that, as far as I know. But still, yeah, there's just things that we just got to work out and things that we got to figure out and get straight so that situations will be a lot better. Mostly it's just financial, it's just money stuff, bills that we got to catch up on and things like that because, 8 months of unemployment is rough. And shout out to everybody that's currently unemployed, trying to figure it out, going through things, man. It is rough. I definitely understand. And I've been reading articles lately about ghost jobs, meaning that people aren't even really hiring, but they have applications out, which means essentially you're just wasting your time applying for these positions because they're not even real positions, or they're posting for positions and they don't even have the authority or approval to hire people. So my heart goes out to everybody that's laid off and that's unemployed and going through it because I was literally just there. I'm a month in going on 2, which shout out to that, man. But, it's rough out here. And like I said on the last live I did a couple of days ago, there's people out here acting like everything's okay. And that leads me to believe 2 things. Either people just really don't understand how bad it is, which isn't an excuse, number 1. Or number 2, people know how bad it is and they just really don't care and they're just going to do their thing anyway. And in either of those instances, man, it's scary. So shout out to everybody, man, that's going through that, looking for somewhere to rest their head and figure out their next career moves, man, because it's rough. It's rough. And it doesn't seem like a lot of people are talking about it or having these conversations. Well, let me say, enough people aren't having these conversations because people are having these conversations and people are talking about the economy and people are talking about how expensive things are. But a lot of people are out here still moving like it's just business as usual, and it's not, man. Like, I just sold some more sneakers yesterday just to, make sure that things are moving and we still functioning and flowing just to, what I'm saying? And these shoes I'm selling, these ain't to like make a huge profit. It's literally to just make sure that we have a buffer, because you never really know. And I wouldn't be able to be comfortable with myself knowing I got a closet full of shoes and, there's a bill that can be paid or there's something that I can be moving around. Because the thing about sneakers is they're always going to come back. They you unload a pair and then buy them again later, and you may be able to get them at a better price. Shout out to my dog Slim Jim Longfoot in the building, and I really appreciate the GOAT King of America, man. Shout out to him because Slim Jim is a real solid one, man. Like, Slim Jim is always shouting people out. He's always networking and connecting with folks, man. So definitely shout out to Slim Jim. I did get that email. Yeah, I showed it. Yeah, I definitely appreciate you, my guy, man. You looked out heavy on that. We gonna figure something out. As a matter of fact, I am gonna DM you again because I'm gonna be in Atlanta soon. My stepsister is getting married, and so I'm gonna go up there and spend some time with my mom and dad and my take the family up in the whole 9. So yeah, it would be super dope to connect with the GOAT King of America in real life and just chop it up with the bull. So we'll figure it out. And then I also need to go ahead on and stop playing around and get me a copy of this comic. We in a little better position now, so we can, use a couple discretionary funds to make some moves and things like that. So yeah, I definitely need to show some support to the guy, man. For those of you who don't know, Slim Jim is an artist. And when I say an artist, I don't mean just like a penciler artist. Like, Slim Jim is an artist that does all kinds of different things. Like, he is truly a renaissance man. He does so many different things. He has his hat in a lot of different pots, and all of them are actually very dope. He doesn't just do things and it looks crazy. Like, he is great. Let me see. We got Valid Queen in the building. Keep your head up, maintain your health, stay focused, and remain positive with good energy. Hey, that's all we can do, I find that it's it's harder to think positive at first. The way I look at it, and it's a book, I forgot who it was. It was a motivational book. I want to say it was John Maxwell. It might have been John Maxwell. Anyways, there was a quote about how, when you're growing a garden, at first it's rough because you got to cut the grass, you got to get rid of the weeds and the whole nine, and you got to maintain the garden. But if you don't maintain the garden, then obviously weeds will grow and nature will just take it back over. And it's easier to just let nature take it back over and just say forget it. And it's harder to actually maintain the garden and think positive thoughts. But the thing is, if you invest that time, then you'll reap the benefits of what you sow. So thinking positive, it'll benefit you longer in the long run because you'll have a lot more fruit of your labor. Yes, more work, and a lot of us aren't programmed to think positive and to focus on the glass being half full rather than half empty. But once you do it, you'll get the returns back. So I definitely appreciate those wise words, Valid Queen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I actually haven't been reading a lot of self-help and motivational books lately. I've been reading a lot of biographies, but it's definitely cool to just be able to go back and think about those mindset development and skill set things to where you are focusing on that positive energy. And I've been waking up early, and waking up early, again, that's a practice too, but when you wake up early, strangely enough, you feel better. And I don't know if it's just a mental thing, like when you sleep in, it's like, oh, I knew I should have woke up earlier, I should have did this, or I should have did that, or what. But I can honestly say that when I wake up earlier and I get over the fact that it's time to get up and get busy and active, because I'd still be sleepy and I still gotta wipe the coal out of my eye and stuff. I'm not gonna sit here and act like when I wake up I'm just the happiest person in the world. Yeah, I'm working on it, but getting that rest, man. People make it seem like you don't need sleep and you just gotta go, but I found for me personally that when I sleep and I get rest and I wake up early, my days are a lot more productive. I can get a lot more done and a lot more accomplished. I am working on going to bed earlier. Usually I try, in a perfect world, I'm in bed by like 8 o'clock. On a rough night, maybe 11, depending on when the kids go to sleep and things like that. But, I've been training myself to wake up at 5 o'clock every morning. The early bird gets the worm, that's right. I've been training myself to wake up at 5 o'clock every morning, and I've been pretty good. Right now I typically wake up between 5 and 6 o'clock. And, when I sleep in now, I might wake up at 7:30, which is great because, well, not even 7:30, like 7 o'clock, because usually I wake up at 5, do what I need to do, and I get to the office by like 6:45, 7 o'clock, which is great because I can have time to meditate and focus and get my mind right. And I'm really, really, really thinking about, and don't hold me to this, I know y'all, so I'm gonna say it, don't hold me to this, but I'm really thinking about waking up early in the morning and going live for about 20-30 minutes, just chopping it up about maybe news from the previous day or something like that, just to build into that routine. Or I may just wake up and read, but I don't know, I really feel like I want to get up in the morning, because when you wake up in the morning with something to do, it's easier to get up. Like if I wake up knowing, all right, I got to chop it up with the people for like 30 minutes just talking about something, and I don't really want to do like morning motivations because, a part of me is like, that just feels generic, because every morning I ain't motivated, so for me to sit up there and try to motivate somebody else and then I'm barely motivated, that doesn't seem genuine. But we can get up and talk about whatever happened the night before, or whatever is crazy that's going on, and try to figure out how we can maneuver through those types of situations. I can see myself doing that, but I don't know, we'll see, because I'm still working through my schedule and figuring it out. Valid Queen says, follow your intuition and see what comes from it. Hey, there it is. That's Valid Queen is dropping some good game this morning. Shout out to her. She is really dropping some wisdom. Speaking of, this morning I woke up at like 6:40. No, 6:20. I left the house at 6:40 because I had to run to South Carolina, and now I'm on my way back. I'll be home at like 10, 10:30, 10:45, and I got the rest of the day. He is knocked out back there, which I might need to move his head so he don't wake up with like a crook in his neck or anything like that. But you know, man, it's just sticking with that positivity, man, and just developing a mindset and stuff. It sounds generic and it sounds cheesy, but you know, it really does work, man. It really does, especially. And the real test is, you know, it's easy to be motivated and to think positive when things are going good, but the real test and the real challenge is when things are going rough and things are bad. Like, those are the moments when you really find out where your mindset is and how truly you believe in the stuff that you say. You know, because like I said, when things are good, it's easy to thank God, it's easy to pray, and or it's easy to not do it. You know, it's just, oh, we running, things are good, you know what I'm saying? But when things are rough, that's when you really, really, really find out who you are, what you're made of, the people around you, what they're made of, who's really in your corner, who's not. Which, again, man, shout out to all the people that are unemployed right now, all the people that are looking for jobs and trying to figure it out. Because, you know, those moments, not only is it rough for you financially, but it does take a toll on you mentally as well, and spiritually, and the whole nine. Because, you know, it's just a whole bunch of demons that you gotta battle and things that you gotta deal with. So yeah, man, dig your channel, VQ. Here's to the birth of a new sub for you. Shout out again, like I said, shout out to Slim Jim, man. He just be showing so much love. Hey, we got my boy BDBGP in the building. Shout out to my guy. So when I was on semi-hiatus, I did go on his channel and I participated in one of his beats battles, which was super cool, man. I definitely appreciate that, man. It was dope, man. The beats were dope. The one I was in, you know, I thought it was like, it was good, man. It was good. Like, the one dude, he was just smacking it. So again, shout out to BDBGP, man. He also does gaming content as well. Another multi-hyphenate creator that does different things, and he does it in a tasteful way. You know, a lot of people, they do a bunch of different things and it seems forced or it seems inauthentic or not or generic rather. But you know, him, it's like he likes music, so he judges beats, and he has a very big audience of people that come and check out the channel. It's like Versus, but it's with beats, and it's super dope because the producers, it's at the point now where the producers come to him. So clearly, you know, he has an audience to where people feel like they want to send him music to judge because it's going to give them exposure. So once again, shout out to my guy BDBGP. Let me know when you want to judge again. Oh, bet, man, most definitely. For sure. I really had a good time, man. It was dope, man. So if you ever get the opportunity to check out one of those lives, and it's typically on Sundays, right? So I think there should be one today. I gotta check. It's been another hectic week with the 4th of July. So we got that out of the way. And, you know, speaking of the 4th of July, you know, I know that there's a lot of people that don't celebrate the 4th, and I'm not mad at it. You know, I get it 100%. But at the same time, you know, this is our country, bro. Like, like, my granddad literally fought in World War II. You know, my dad is a veteran, you know, and I'm not coming at it from that standpoint. I'm more so of it like, bro, we put in our blood and sweat and tears, and we built this thing up just like everybody else, even more so than everybody else. So, you know, this is ours, bro. Like, it's our country. So yeah, we gonna celebrate Juneteenth because Juneteenth is when, you know, the last slaves found out that they were free, and we gonna rock with Juneteenth because that is Independence Day, of course. Shout out to Juneteenth. But we also go because, like I said, my people really put in work for this country. And, you know, my granddad, he was an Indian. And, you know, it's funny because back in the day, like, if you grew up in the 90s, the 90s and the 80s, you know, there was a time when, you know, a lot of people wouldn't say that they were black. They would say, yeah, I'm dark skinned, but I'm Puerto Rican, or, you know, I'm this or I'm that. And they just wouldn't want to say that they were happy to be black. Like, I remember y'all, bro. Like, I remember, you know, oh, I'm not black, I'm Haitian, or I'm not black, I'm, you know what I'm saying, Dominican or whatever it was. Nobody wanted to be black. I'm not Indian. And so I say that to say, my granddad was like a real life Native American. Like he had grayish green eyes, and he was light skinned, and he really was a Native American. And some of my cousins would be like, "Oh, we're not black, we're Native American." I'm like, "Bruh, we black, bruh." Like my daddy is as dark as Wesley Snipes, you know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan complexion, bald head and everything. My mom, she's light skinned, but she's dark, she's black, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, bro, I can't say I'm nothing else other than black. So, I never really ran with that bag or anything like that, and I'm proud to say, because now it's cool to take ownership of just being a black American, you know what I'm saying? An American, a black person that was born in America, that, my ancestors fought for this country. They were a part of this country, and they put in that work. You go back all the way. My great grandfather had a little farm, and he was like in the newspaper and stuff for growing his own food, and it wasn't like a sharecropper situation. It was actually his. So, bro, I'm not gonna let nobody try to shame me and say that I'm not rocking with the 4th of July. Like, get it again. I get it, bro. Like, if it comes to history, bro, like I am a history buff. Like I remember, like I studied the speech that Frederick Douglass gave when they asked him to speak for the 4th of July, and he's like, "Yo, how am I supposed to celebrate the 4th of July when what I'm saying, my people were still enslaved? I was a slave, so why would I celebrate 4th of July?" Or what I'm saying, the fact that as they were founding this nation, there were people that were enslaved and the whole nine. So it's like, yeah, I understand that, and at the same time I agree, but at the same time also, bro, we put in work. We built this thing out. We built this economy, bro. Like, people really, really, really don't understand that when people discovered America, you had the Native Americans who were already here. You know what I'm saying? You had, and that's it. They had their own systems. They had their own way of doing things that they understood, and they were able to maneuver and do what they did because they lived off of the land. But once you introduce capitalism, somebody had to build the capital. Somebody had to build the resources. Like, you can't just start capitalism without having something to sell or trade. And when it comes to that, somebody had to do the labor. And the way I see it, the country had years and years and years of free labor, meaning that people worked and they were not compensated. Like, at a very, very, very basic level, people were working and they did not get paid. You know what I'm saying? Today, that's illegal. You can't work without getting paid. But you had years and years of people working without receiving a salary. You know what I'm saying? Working without receiving an hourly wage, which means the people that own those people that worked for free got all of the profit. You know what I'm saying? So that money didn't disappear, it didn't go away. That money is still in circulation. Or, let me break it down a different way. The money, may not still be in circulation, the actual dollar bills, but the resources that were built upon that money, the people that own the land, either they still own the land, or if they don't own the land, they sold the land. Whether they made money or not, they sold the land, and the land that they sold generated some sort of income. Meaning that if somebody couldn't maintain the land and they lost it and they had to sell it, it alleviated debt and somebody else bought it, which means they now own the property. It's a trail, and that money still goes somewhere. So the money may not be in circulation, but the resources are. Now, some people may have squandered their resources. Some people may have, neglected it, or they may have fell out of a relationship. But if you do the research and you look at, a lot of these people that come from money, that money, people might lose it, or people might blow their fortunes. But we can't overlook, like, yes, you had it, you messed it up, but you had it. You know what I'm saying? That's not our fault. We had it. We never had it. So, yeah, we probably the last two. But, I don't shame anybody, or I don't try to force anybody that doesn't rock with the 4th of July, because I get it, bro. I get it. But like I said, I'm not gonna let anybody say that we don't have a stake in this country, because we do. If you look at the civil rights movement, not even the civil rights movement, if you look at the American Revolution, you had black people fighting. If you look at the, black people, I can go down and list every war. There's always been a black troop fighting. There's always been black people, whether they were paid or unpaid, whether they were treated equally, or whether they were the people on the front lines that they would use just to get shot up. Black people have fought in every war that this country has had at some capacity. So, we earned our right to be just as American as everybody else. Catch up on the comments. I was just running my mouth. Exactly. We own this too, no matter how they want to deny it. Big facts. Thanks to all the veterans for their services. My dad is a vet as well. Shout out to your dad, man. Shout out to the vets. Mine too. U.S. Marine Corps. Hey, shout out to the Marine Corps, man. I'm blackity black. Hey, yeah, man. Like, we couldn't. Hey, bro. I couldn't say that my mom was from. I could say my mom was from Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom was from Philadelphia, or that's about it. But yeah, man, we black, bro. Man, that's alright. You earned a like and a sub from me. Hey, shout out to Valid Queen, spreading the love. Those resources are owned by somebody today. Exactly. That's true, 100. If they had gave all enslaved people those 40 acres and a mule, the landscape would be vastly different today. Exactly. Current new B.O.B. episode tonight at 8 p.m. Hey, we in there. We are in there for sure. I can definitely, because the kids should be asleep. Make sure that we all, run over there and show my boy BGP some love. And I need to catch up on the videos that you've been doing about the attorney game, because I've heard a lot about it, but I've never seen anybody play through it, and I've never played it. What is it, Phoenix Wright? I've seen it, so I gotta watch it. I'm gonna watch that playback as well, because I want to see what that's about. But yeah, that's my soapbox, man, on that. So how's everybody Sunday doing? We just chilling. I'm headed back, and I appreciate y'all keeping me company too, man. On this little drive back to the crib. Definitely appreciate y'all rocking with your boy over here in Yorktown, man. Like I said, I really don't take y'all for granted at all, because it's a Sunday morning. You can be asleep. There's so many other things that you can be doing. But y'all are kicking it with the boy, and I appreciate it. Yeah, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. I watch a lot of game review channels, and I see that that's something that's popped up a lot, and I never got into the game. I'm unfamiliar with it, but it looks interesting, so I'm gonna definitely check that out. Probably when I get back to the house, honestly. I got a video that I need to edit and upload, but while I do that, I'm gonna probably check it out and just have it running in the background so I can kind of glance on it, because I think I gotta wash dishes, and I think that there's laundry that has to be done as well. And that's the other thing, y'all. Like, when you have a bunch of kids, there's always laundry. And I guess three isn't a bunch, but it feels like a bunch. This ain't the early 1900s where people had 13, 14 kids and everybody's helping out. Like, bro, it's just me and my wife, and we do have help that we pay for, and she comes in during the week. But trying to work full time and be a father, an involved father, and a husband, it's a lot. So you might see me randomly doing laundry one day or washing dishes and stuff, but yeah, man, that's just how it goes, man. We just be working. You go to work to make money, then you get off work to make sure that the house is straight. So that's life, man. Everybody that's new in here, that's what we do over here, bro. Like, the content is just focused on my everyday life, because I'm tired of seeing people faking and flexing and just doing all this unreal stuff on social media to try to fool people and run it up, and it's just not authentic. So I always try to bring my authentic self to the channel, which is why I love these types of lives where we just sitting up here chopping it up. I don't really have a topic today. I just said I'm gonna come through and kick it with Yorktown, see who steps up, and we'll just chop it up, man. The other day when I went live, I think 3 days ago, somebody came in here and they asked for relationship advice. And, I really, really, really don't be trying to give relationship advice because relationship advice is a tricky, tricky, tricky thing, man. So I always try to stay out of it. But, I can share what I think. But I'm not a professional. I'm not one of these relationship experts. I'm not a dating guru or anything like that. So obviously that's why I try to stay away from it. I'm happy that I came across your channel. I enjoy chatting with you. New channels that have good content. Exactly, man. Shout out to Valid Queen with and that logo is super dope, man. The thumbnail with the little crown and the fro. Shout out to Valid Queen, man. Make sure y'all show her some love. Show her some love. We definitely gonna make sure that we rock with her page and big her up. And if you aren't a part of the Facebook group that we have, then I would definitely invite you to consider joining because that's how I ran into Slim Jim, and through Slim Jim I met my boy BDBGP, and we share a lot of love and we support and we build each other up because as black content creators, we don't get as much push and we don't get as much support and as much genuine endorsements as other people get. So we definitely have to network and we have to work together and build ourselves up and make sure that we show love. And then when we actually get that love and we actually do get the love and support and we blow up, then we definitely got to make sure that we're reaching back and helping out other smaller channels so that they can get it too, because this YouTube thing, man, it is very lucrative and it does open a lot of doors, and sometimes it may not always be directly financial. Like I said, man, this week I got 2 interviews locked in with 2 local entrepreneurs in the city of Charlotte that are doing very, very big things. So there's so many doors that open up by simply turning on the camera and chopping it up with the people, man. Like, I'm so excited. And it's not a secret. I can tell y'all the people that we're going to be interviewing this week. And shout out to my camera guy, Derek Goins, over at Derek Goins Media. Like, if you look at the interview that I did with KB over at Retroville 704, and shout out to KB and shout out to Retroville 704. I was just over there yesterday, and I'll tell y'all. So, KB is such a real one, man. I was like, yo, bro, because yesterday I was running around with the wife, her phone broke, and so I was like, yo, bro, I got some shoes I need to sell. This is how much I need, what do I need to finesse to make it work? We just got hit with a little emergency. I need to make sure that she's straight. And he was like, yo, bring me X, Y, Z, and I'll give you A, B, C. I don't want to discuss the financials because I don't want, people to think that they can just run around and do that. Because the goal is to always to show love and, not take advantage of people and just be upfront and do good business. So he was like, if you do this and you bring these over, then I can give you what you need and we'll make it work. So, I say that to say, a relationship like that I built, I was able to build that because being on social media and having a YouTube presence. And, I did an interview with him and I got to sit down with him and talk to him and understand him. And like, don't sleep on Retroville 704, because let me tell y'all something. That store, and it's hard to picture it because Gastonia is a very small city right now. Gastonia is going to be one of the bigger cities that pop up in North Carolina, but a lot of people are familiar with Charlotte because Charlotte is one of the biggest cities as far as growth in America right now. People are moving to the South, North Carolina, South Carolina, and people primarily are moving to Charlotte because Charlotte is a bigger city, but it's still in the South and it's still smaller, meaning you could drive to a Gastonia, which is a small city, and go fishing, or you can go hike a mountain or something like that, and in 30 minutes you're back into the hustle and bustle of a bigger city. And I say that because Gastonia right now is still relatively small, but in 5 to 10 years, Gastonia is going to be considered Charlotte. The same way how Atlanta, you have the actual Atlanta, Fulton County, and then you have all of the little surrounding cities that have now became Atlanta. That's how Charlotte is. You have Charlotte, the actual Mecklenburg County, and the city of Charlotte, but now you're having the surrounding cities in town become Charlotte. So my boy KB started his store in a very small town, and then he moved to a mall in Gastonia. And the mall in Gastonia is like this older mall, and it's deteriorating. Like when they abandon malls, but they keep them open, and they just have a couple stores that are still there. It's a dying mall. Well, my boy KB took his store, and he started off in a small building, in a smaller, not a small building, but a smaller store space rather. And while he was there, he made so much money for the mall that they told him that he was a flagship store. And then they gave him a bigger space, and they worked with him on the rent. So basically, he is one of the few stores that are keeping that mall open. Black guy, So, it's super dope to see what's possible. He started from a small town. He moved to a slightly larger town, but it's still a small town. And, through good business and treating people right and taking care of people, he was able to become a flagship store in a mall, which is not, nothing to bat an eye at. That's a huge accomplishment. Being able to have the mall come, and I don't know if I can say that. Maybe I'm running my mouth too much. I don't know if I should be saying that, but I don't think he would mind me saying that. I hope he wouldn't mind, because I've already said it now. But, he is one of the few stores that's keeping the lights on in that place, dog. So, shout out to him, man. Young brother. I think he might be 30. I forgot exactly how old he is, but young guy, got his head on in the show, got his head on right, man. Taking care of his family man, just like me. And he's just doing it up, man. So I was super humbled to be able to interview him, and that's what made me reach out to my boy, Derek, who, he did amazing. If y'all haven't checked out that video, man, just look at 30 seconds of it, because I really want y'all to see just the time and effort that went into that, man. My boy Derek, and I think we titled it My Story, or something like that, but it's one of the most recent videos that I did. My boy Derek, man, his video production quality is just so high level, man. Like, it's so crisp, it's so sharp. Like, that is easily one of my favorite videos. And the crazy thing about it is I really didn't do that much talking. I just asked questions, and I let him share his story and, his background and what he got on. And so we got 2 interviews coming up this week of very similar fashion. One of them is going to be with my guy Gio over at Fitted CLT, which, if you're new here, you might not. I love fitted hats. I have a bunch of them. My guy Gio, I've interviewed him before, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the old interview, and I'm going to put it next to the new video just so y'all can see the progression. He started off with a larger store and investing in him and pouring into him, and now he's one of the flagship stores at a shopping center. So shout out to Gio, man, over there at Fitted CLT. I can interview him again so that we can look at the progression and see how things have came from 3 years ago to today. Man, I'm really proud of him and just how things have been going. And then the other interview that I'm going to be doing is with Melissa Chanel. And Melissa Chanel has a platform called Kicks and Pros, which, does a lot of community service and empowers women through sneakers, kicks and pros, primarily black women, pros, but using sneakers as a platform to have conversation with women and younger girls just about life and managing and moving through things. And what's so dope about Melissa is I'm from a very small town in South Carolina, and Melissa is from the next town over. And it's so dope, bro, because for me, it's motivation to see. And, like, she's done campaigns directly with Nike, like Nike, not just, like, the little Nike store in your local city, but, like, actual Nike. Like, she's done campaigns directly with them. She's been on what's that show? Love is Blind. Yeah, Love is Blind. When they came to Charlotte, she, because her business is set up and structured properly, like they reached out to her and she had a spot on that show, man. She's been traveling all across America. She has a lot of sponsorships and a lot of things like that, man. So shout out to Melissa Chanel. I'm definitely excited for those 2 interviews that we're going to be knocking out this week. Now, when I say that we're going to be interviewing, that doesn't mean that they're going to be dropping this week. I don't know when they're going to be dropping because Derek has to put his magic on it and do the editing and all of that. So, they'll be coming out, but we'll be recording this week. Let me see. Definitely sliding through Beard, setting my notification. I just subbed to you, Slim. Thank you. Video quality. My daily vlog premieres at noon. Okay, I'll be in there. About to catch a Z to get your rest, Slim Jim. Appreciate you pulling up. That's what's up. He made that move. He really did. Hey, shout out to my partner in crime, MNTV family, aka MNTV dad, aka the optimist, aka my boy Mike, man. MNTV family, y'all. So again, while I was taking my little mini hiatus, Mike and I did record a live stream talking about fatherhood, which I'm super excited. That's a project that I'm really invested in, man. And we have to connect soon and figure out when we're going to do our next one, and we have to work on our scheduling and everything. But Mike, man, let me tell y'all about Mike. So it's so crazy because if you sat Mike and I in a room, you would think that we're just like polar opposites on 2 totally different ends of the spectrum. He's from Canada, and we can just go down the list of how many different things that, how different we are. But the more Mike and I talk, the more we realize that we have so much in common, man. And it's really crazy, just, again, shout out to content creation, man, because through, YouTube, I was able to meet Mike, another father, and we talk about fatherhood, and we exchange notes and just career paths and things like that. So big ups to MNTV family, man. My guy Mike, my partner Mike, rather, let me say, because I'm super excited for what we're working on and what we have in store, man. I'm really looking forward to the content that we're going to be creating and putting out in the universe, man. So shout out to MNTV family. He's a brand ambassador for that mall, for sure, 100%. He brings a lot to that mall, man. Sophia, what's going on? Sophia is in the building. Shout out to Sophia, y'all. By way of my girl Sweet Juicy, which shout out to her, man. I definitely need to go check out her channel as well. Sweet Juicy is another one. I'm telling y'all, man, when you really get into content creation, just the relationships that you meet and the doors that open up, man. So Sweet Juicy does athleisure, and she just works out consistently, and she found a lane, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all, it's so simple, but everybody can't do it. It may seem simple, it may seem easy, but it's not for everybody. So Sweet Juicy started recording herself going to Ross and Burlington Coat Factory and TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and just walking through, showing what she would find, D&D's, just like all of the little stores, you just go shopping with her, man. And let me tell y'all, for people like my mom, who's just always up in Ross and Burlington, when she looks at Sweet Juicy's videos, and that is just so, her channel blew up overnight. Well, I won't say overnight, because she put in work, and that's the thing. Overnight success is everything has to come together, and you already have to have that foundation built. So Sweet Juicy already had a following, and she already had a brand, and so when she just happened to fall on that pocket, man, it just blew up, and she is out of here, man, and I love to see it. So shout out to Sweet Juicy, shout out to Sophia. Let me see. Safi, good morning. Wake Amir up. Oh, we got Miss Kim in the building. Oh, shout out to the all bomb lady. It's crazy, y'all. We just talking about all these cool content creators and people that are doing things. Now I gotta tell you about Miss Kim. So Miss Kim, aka the all bomb lady, sells CBD infused products, and she is killing it, y'all. Like, Miss Kim is at every local event in her community, chopping it up with entrepreneurs, going to cool events, recording it, documenting it, and just grinding, man. Really 10 toes deep in this entrepreneurial lifestyle, and finding time to create content at the same time. You know, she does a lot with the schools and just really, really, really heavy in the community and just grinding, man. So shout out to Miss Kim. Amir's gonna wake up in a few seconds because we are almost home, and then he's just gonna be up and running. I did say I was gonna try to adjust his head, but I was on the interstate. Oh, there we go, and now he's perfect. So yeah, Amir's gonna be up and running crazy in a second. Or afternoon rather. Hey SJ, I'm doing good. Thanks. How are you, darling? It's evening here. Wow, that's cool. I'm about to catch a little nap. Get some rest, man. Get some rest, Slim Jim. Let me see. It's still afternoon. My evening starts at work, so it's evening. We got my guy Mud Talk Radio in the building. Now I gotta tell y'all about Mud Talk. Shout out to my boy Coach T. Another entrepreneur, another person with the brand, just out here putting in that work, getting it in. Another family man as well, taking care of his kids. Well, they ain't even kids no more, they grown. You know what I'm saying? Really, really, really super solid dude, man. Make sure you check out his channel over at Mud Talk Radio. Make sure you support the clothing brand. You know what I'm saying? I'm finally in a position where we getting the money back right, so I can start supporting these brands, put some money behind them, man, because to create content is one thing, but to actually take that next step and have a brand and put some money behind it, that's another level, man. So shout out to my guy Coach T over at Mud Talk Radio, man. We got my boy Superfly Kicks in the building, another super solid one. I'm telling you, everybody in this chat, I don't know, man. I'm gonna big myself up, man, because look, you know, everybody that's in the chat right now is really on their ones and twos and doing the thing, man. We don't have no scrubs in Yorktown, bruh. Like, shout out to Superfly Kicks, man. Superfly is just a super, super, super solid guy, man. Superfly just gives so much game and so much wisdom for free, so much knowledge, so much information about life and just being a man and maturity. And you're gonna get fly and put some sneakers on too, just like Mud Talk, man. So shout out to Superfly Kicks, man. You know, when I was struggling with 100 or 200 subscribers, Superfly was just giving me so many gems, and now we sitting at 600. And honestly, you know, if I was as consistent as Superfly, I probably would be at 1,000 right now. And if I listened to all of the game that Superfly gave, I'd probably be at like 5 or 6. So, you know, shout out to Superfly Kicks, man. A really, really, really solid guy with that Memphis swag. Just shout out to Superfly Kicks, man. The real big homie, you know. Thank you very much. Of course, man. Like I said, ain't no scrubs in Yorktown, man. Everybody that I've named, man, is just really doing their thing, putting in work, man, and you know, I'm grateful to. And honestly, Mud Talk, I thought about going to Belmont for the 4th of July. We ended up going to Harrisburg, and the only reason we went to Harrisburg instead of Belmont was because, so you know where I live. We talked about it before. Getting on 85 South, going to Belmont, that traffic is always so horrible. And I knew that if we went down there, even though it's right down the street, literally, like the traffic that we would have had to fight through to get down there, man, it would have been rough. But when I moved to Belmont, you know what I'm saying, I'm still working on the wife. We just gonna hop on a go-kart or something and make that trip. But yeah, man, we ended up going to Harrisburg for the 4th because Harrisburg has a bunch of 2-lane highways, and it's easier to get in and out. But you know, me and the wife were literally talking about it. Like, we could go up the street to Belmont, but if we went to Belmont, then we would have had to fight through the traffic. And you know, I had to work the next day. Unlike a lot of people, I had the freaking 5th. I had back in. So yeah, man, but like already, man, like, because that Belmont traffic is real. And that's what I was talking about earlier. You know, everybody's moving to Charlotte and forcing the prices of houses up and everything. And people are moving to the smaller towns like Belmont and Gastonia, where they can, drive 30 minutes and be in the city and have all of the city access and, go home and go back to the country. And, maybe we might need to do an episode just telling people from the north coming out here, bringing all their crime and stuff to stay up there, bro. Like, yeah, it's good that the city is growing and stuff, but yo, man, y'all coming down here, man, and, acting like y'all still in New York City, bruh. And it's like, bruh, y'all gotta relax, man. We don't do all that down here, man. We just be chilling, man. We be out on the lake and hiking and stuff, and y'all come, man, and y'all be, the crime rate is higher than it's normally been, man, and just all types of foolishness, bruh. Like, y'all, y'all making the house prices go up, man. Like, y'all, and then y'all be complaining, oh, yeah, well, in New York, we got this, we got that. Like, bruh, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, from what I understand, New York is still open, bruh. And if it's so great, why are y'all coming down here? Like, bruh, don't tell us about how great it is up there, but y'all moving down here. Like, and, shout out to all of the New Yorkers and everybody coming. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying, bruh, is if y'all gonna be down here, man, y'all gotta leave the New York behavior in New York, man. And shout out to my dog Murder BX, man. And shout out to my boy, shout out to a New Yorker that is gonna be coming down here. But we rock with him heavy, man. Sneaker Hunter. Sneaker Hunter is exactly who I'm talking about. But Sneaker Hunter has some sense. He's a fool. Don't get me wrong. He's gonna cut up and he's gonna act crazy. But he ain't no fool. Like, you have fools that are just funny and they like to laugh and joke. You have those types of fools. But you have fools that are just like ignorant fools. Sneaker Hunter isn't an ignorant fool. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna cut up and he's gonna have fun and he's gonna laugh and joke. But he ain't one of those. Yeah, New York, y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. They come down here and they complain the whole time. But you ask them, well, why'd you move down? Yeah, man, during COVID, all of this started happening and they locked the city down and we couldn't do this and they, yo. Nah, bruh. Like, nah. If y'all gonna come down here and complain, then y'all stay home, bruh. Y'all deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all. And then the thing is, I've been to New York before. They run game on a lot of people from the South because they haven't been to New York. I see y'all paying $5,000 for a studio apartment, bruh. So, yeah, y'all might be able to go. Y'all might have all the nice stores, and y'all stores might stay open 24 hours. But, yo, I know. I've seen y'all apartments, bro. I seen how y'all live in New York. So, I know y'all don't have backyards. I've been there. Like, I know. So, y'all be coming down here acting all high and mighty because y'all have stuff. But then y'all go home to y'all $5,000 studio apartments. And, you know what I'm saying, y'all working 3 or 4 jobs to pay for that $5,000 studio apartment. And y'all, if you don't know what a studio apartment is one of those apartments that don't have a bedroom. You know what I'm saying? It's just a house. And it's just an open space. The kitchen, the living room, the dining room, and the bedroom are all in one area. No parking. You can't have a car. The taxes are high. You don't have a backyard. Like, we could go on. If you do have a car, then you might as well not even drive it because you can't really move because of the traffic. And then, like you said, you don't have nowhere to park. So it's like, bro, and you have to pay for parking everywhere. Like, even in your spot, you have to pay for parking. If you have one of those studio apartments, you have to pay for parking. You know what I'm saying? $5,000 a month here in mortgage. $5,000 a month in mortgage here equals $700,000 home gated community. Yes, 100%, bro. Like, if you paying $5,000 a month here, like, you almost got a mansion, bro. Like, no lie, gated community, the whole nine. $5,000 here, but for $5,000 up there, you get a studio apartment, and you got to pay for parking. Parking isn't included in that $5,000. But yeah, man. I'm actually almost at the crib. I'm about to wake Amir up. I'm gonna go kick it with the wife and the family. I appreciate y'all chopping it up and keeping me company on this ride home from South Carolina. Make sure, if you haven't shouted out if you haven't supported everybody in this channel, man, let's go ahead on and do that right now. Look these people up. Let's subscribe and let's show some love to everybody. Because like I said, we don't have no scrubs in Yorktown. Everybody is solid. Everybody is doing their thing. And if they're not where they want to be right now, sometimes better than having it. So shout out to everybody, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all in a little bit. I appreciate y'all kicking it with the boy and laughing with your boy and picking at the New Yorkers. So I'm gonna holler at y'all at the next one. We almost home, because look at Amir. He waking up all of a sudden. Amir, say hey. There it is. Say hey. He ain't gonna say it, but he'll wave. So we'll holler at y'all. Appreciate y'all.